Yes,
Well, how's it going,
bro.
everybody? Welcome to our episode 2 of Nerds and Weeb podcast. Hey, Most Malone, how you
Yes,
doing?
sir. Yes,
You want to
sir.
let everyone know what our topic for the today is?
Today's topic,
Yes.
right, is hardships of artists and the struggles and just journeys of content creating in general. Not necessarily struggles, but
The ups and downs of becoming a
yeah,
content creator. We're going to take the wig
yes.
off. Oh,
It's itchy.
I just wanted to surprise everybody with my hair. Now we
That
just
was
got the
awesome.
anime headband. What's up today? Not too much. We're just enjoying the day. I was playing a match of Fortnite before this podcast. I was doing good, and then
Slaying
I
it. He was
lost.
killing it.
I
Got
know.
second place though.
Oh gosh, I need to like tighten this headband. It keeps just dropping down.
Seeing if my headset were to like fit in any way, shape, or form with my wedge helmet, I would be doing these podcasts with that helmet on.
Yeah, I like the
So
cameo of the random dog blanket on the ground. I just realized that on the corner.
that's not a dog blanket. Little do they know, you just killed Obi-Wan Kenobi. So shame on you.
I mean, of course I did. You're not supposed to say that on stream.
Yeah.
Oh, what happened? Oh gosh, where did your thing go? Why are you messing up the cameras?
No, I'm just, I just having problems over here, as we always do.
Of course, and that's one of the many problems of becoming a content creator is your OBS is gonna crash.
With technical difficulties, all
So
that.
many.
Oh my gosh, bro. Just there's so many. I guess that's what we'll start with, right? Is like
All the
technical
technical.
difficulties.
I can't
Just the startup in general could be frustrating.
I can't even count how many times I've started up a stream and I would go about 30 minutes in and then somebody in the chat and be like, "Yeah, you're muted." I'm like, "Or cool," or like, "Or your camera's frozen."
Bro, literally just today, like before we'd started this, right? I was streaming some Apex on the new season, and little did I know, I sounded like Alvin and the Chipmunks trying to stream Apex
It could have been just
because
a
my
nice
mic
filter.
was, you know, you gotta love it.
Yeah.
You gotta love it. Yeah. I streamed for a whole hour before realizing that, or somebody in chat had told me. So
Yeah, there was
that's
another.
it.
Oh,
No. You go ahead.
I was gonna say there was another time I was planning on posting a walkthrough of Spider-Man Miles Morales. It just
Mhm.
came out, so I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna do this walkthrough. It's gonna be great. Streaming, or I'm not streaming it. I was recording it, and of course, didn't I realize halfway through the recording that I was muted and the game is muted. Everything was just muted, and so I'm just like, I'm not even gonna go back and try and redo
That
this thing.
part.
Because at that point you're like an hour and a half in, you're just like, I really just am not in the mood to restart this whole thing over again, and so I ended up scrapping it. I'm like, I'm not doing this. And I find that's such a big frustration about being a content
Yes.
creator.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. You gotta. Those kind of things can really sit like not as they'll set you back. I won't even say that it's not a setback because it is a setback. Um, Sorry, I'm filling up my vape if I'm looking distracted.
Not even prepared. Are
But
you even Batman?
no, there's. I mean, it would be nice if I could pull like my bong handle down, and then a secret layer opens up, and that's where I game. But
That'd be intense,
fortunately, not. That would be super cool. Goals in life, right?
right?
Great. I can't. Little known fact, right? When I was doing Assassin's Creed, the first part I had to re-record probably like 3 or 4 times.
What happened?
Assassin's Creed is such an old game that it was released on Steam in like 2007,
Okay.
something like that.
Yeah.
So it's just as simple as that.
It's an
without
ancient
going
relic.
too deep into it. Yeah, it's just constant issues. If it wasn't picking up the audio from the game, it wasn't picking up my audio, and if it wasn't streaming the game, it was just a whole big hassle. But we've got to figure it out. So,
Also, hello, Eridus. How you doing? I see you in the
Ayo.
chat. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
I would say the one thing as well, like while we're on the topic of being muted and just the audio quality in general, as a viewer, right, from a viewer standpoint, just
yeah,
popping into other people's streams, my friends' streams, or even bigger streams. I know not too many people like to have certain problems called out. Personally, though, if you see a problem within my chat, you know what I mean, or like within stream or on the videos, of course,
yeah.
don't hesitate to tell a motherfucker.
Exactly. I'd be like, let me know, please, because if I find that out
I want
after stream,
crispy
I'm gonna be
quality.
really sad.
Right, yeah, it's super sad to figure out you just streamed for like 3-4 hours and the whole time you sounded like this because your mic quality was quiet the
Yep.
whole time.
And like you just when streaming, you personally just want to give that good content. You want to give good high quality content.
I
But
was
when
about
you
to
don't
say,
know these things, then it really screws everything up. But yeah, like even just a lot of the big faults have been technical difficulties.
Dex says him with his mic. Yeah, he's constantly having microphone issues.
Oh,
It's just the struggles, man.
yeah.
it's just
And
struggles.
then once you get that good mic, you're set until that one day that you either break it by accident or it just starts to fade away, and it's so saddening.
Me with my Razer Siren.
Yeah,
Bro, I've
that's
dropped
what
this
this
thing
one-
off my desk so many times because I'll forget that I'm plugged into it.
Yeah, I had to
It's
get
so
this brand
horrible.
new Yeti because I had
Oh,
I had the
okay.
snowball mic, and it worked perfectly. And then I realized the back of the cord was starting to bend a little bit, and it messed it up. And I was like, okay, well, I probably could have got a new cord, but I was just like, I'll just get a brand new mic. I've been meaning to get a mic, so this is my excuse to get one.
That's a perfect segue into the next little topic, right? Is equipment and the unfortunate necessity to unnecessarily spend money.
Yeah. So
To figure out what you're working with, what's perfect for you. I
yeah,
can't tell you how many receipts I've kept or tried to keep because damn.
well, and also like you don't need to buy a webcam, you don't need to buy a microphone if you want to stream. Like you don't need to have these things
Not even
when
a
you
capture
start.
card.
Yeah, you don't need to have these to start streaming. If you want to start streaming, by all means, go for it. PlayStation and Xbox, they have those features in there, and utilize that. And then you could just like that's how I started. Like I started under the handle as Gman997.
Dang. Okay.
And this was
Okay.
my first time on Twitch. I believe this was back in 2012, 2013.
Dang.
And then I ended up changing my name to Bazlinga because I loved like Big Bang Theory and Bazinga. I wanted to kind of put my own spin to it. But I was streaming with just the inside of what the Xbox One could do. And then I just used my basic headset mic. I sounded horrible, but people still showed up. I still
We're all
got some
been there. Oh,
followers
yeah.
on that, and it was great. I ended up stopping.
Shout out to the OGs.
Right? I ended up stopping for a little bit, and then moved over to YouTube and started vlogging on there. And that's kind of when I started getting more equipment, which if you look on my YouTube channel deep enough, you will find some really cringy vlogs and cringy prank videos, which I think I might end up posting on the TikTok just to kind of get a good laugh. But yeah, that's kind of like when I started to go up, and then I started really getting more equipment. And so it was a long journey to get equipment, and now I have a full stream table and lights and microphones and like better headsets. Like you really
invest
don't
in
need,
yourself.
Yeah, take your time when you're starting your stream.
Would take your time and your money. Yeah, exactly. It's like I say invest in yourself, and I mean that not just financially, but like you said, take the time to figure out what you want to do, what equipment you want to use, whether you want a webcam, you know what I mean? Because like you said, you don't need a webcam.
Yeah,
you
like
know?
I know some people are like, yeah, I want to have a webcam, I want to do this, or some people are just like, I want to
At first, I never
do a
wanted
face
one.
reveal.
Mm-hmm. I never wanted one, and then a lot of people in the community were like, "Hey, yo, when's the webcam coming? When you gonna get a webcam?" And I was like, "All right, fuck it, I'll get a webcam."
It makes it more of an excitement thing when you do it that way. I wish I did
look
it
at all
that
the cool
style.
stuff you could show off too with it. You know,
Yeah.
I love showing off the
blanket.
collectible. The Obi-Wan Kenobi cosplay.
Exactly.
So Dex says, what games do you play? Because he's either played with you with your old gamer tag, or that he's been in games with a person who had a name like that.
Really?
So yeah, what games did you play when you were OG G-Man?
When I was OG G-Man 997, I was playing Destiny 1, doing those raids.
Okay. So if you
so my handles back then, when I was streaming on as G-Man 997, my Xbox handle was Chicken G4GE. And then I went.
That's great. That is. I'm sorry. That is awesome.
It spelled out to Chicken Gage. My dad made the account. It was my first ever Xbox account.
Yes.
And then I ended up going and switched over to da _ evil chicken. I was a lot. There was a lot of da chickens or Chicken Gage, or it was very much that. It took a while for me to actually get away from that and become BaZz or Bezlinga. But I would say I went by that probably around 2013, 2014.
Okay. Well, backstory for me. My first YouTube videos is turning 11 years old, if I'm not mistaken, this year.
Oh, really?
It's so cringy. Go check it out.
I will. I'm definitely going to be looking through your channel.
While we're on the topic of like equipment come ups, you know what I mean? That's why I left it there. You know, we got to humble ourselves sometimes. We can't act like we're hot shit all the time.
Of course.
I mean, what was I gonna go on to for that? Oh, so my first name, right?
Yep.
My first name was O Snapshot. That was my first ever gamer tag, and I made it not because I was good at games, because I had those quick snapshots or anything. It was because snap, I got shot again. But you couldn't put it. I was like 13 at the time, so I didn't want to put like a cuss word or anything on there. You know, it was on PlayStation 3, and I played Black Ops 2 and Assassin's Creed 3. Those were the first two games I fully committed to on my own personal system. So that was good times, man. Good times.
You got to start somewhere.
I've been debating on changing my name back to the OG Snapshot because now that I am good at games, you know, it's a little more fitting.
Like, I don't know.
Took me unashamedly amount of time to get through this Ghost of...
Oh,
we're not going to talk about that, though.
Your mic cut out there for a second. I'm guessing you said Ghost of Tsushima?
Yes.
Okay.
Ghost of Tsushima, Last of Us Remastered. Playing those on the hardest difficulties right now.
I don't know how you do it.
It's not it, bro. It is not the move.
But,
that kind of comes up to like my next topic is like throwing yourself out there as a content creator and trying to get not necessarily more views, but more people as forever fans, you know, more people that come around for you and the content.
Yeah, I actually had something I wanted to add with that topic, and that's we briefly talked about it off stream. Was follow for follow. I like it and I don't like it. I've personally done it when I was starting off, and yes,
it's a good way to start off.
Yeah, it's a good way to get yourself numbers, not a good way to get yourself views, but it can also stem from something else. Like, so for me, one of my my close streamer friends and content creator friends, Lord X Law, he approached me with a follow for follow message on Instagram. I was like, yeah, sure, let's do it. And then we started talking. He would actually pop up in my streams, and then I'd pop in his, and we're still in contact. He pops in my stream once in a while still, and I'll pop in his, and it's like, it's nice to see because we both started somewhere small, and I look at him now, and he's verified on Instagram. He's verified. I think he's verified on TikTok as well, but also YouTube. Like, he's really making a name for himself, and I'm not to say that's what follow for follow is, but like, it's nice to see making that connection from a follow for follow incident and being able to have that friend and look at them and be like, oh shit, look at them, they're doing really good,
right?
So it's a plus and minus for that scenario.
Yeah, it can get you some really good connects, like you were saying, and then it can provide empty views,
Yeah. And then
which
you're stuck with a
I'm not
big
looking
number
for.
of nothing.
Yeah, I want to. The reason I stream, you know what I mean, is to interact with the people who watch the content in general. I didn't really start making YouTube videos until I started streaming more consistently. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I wanted to, if not make videos from the stream, to kind of lazily put it, make it easy for myself. But to have that interaction, you know, with the fans or the people who want to have a live interaction with me as well. And I think that's a lot of the time where people who create Discord communities, you know, they build that community to have even more of a connection with people offline or online. So that I honestly, there's some pros and cons that come from follow for follow.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with that.
Because I still get them once in a while. Up on my thing, like there are some people that will literally just go on Instagram and click the first picture that they see that is a content creator, and then message them. And I get that interaction for like a little bit, and then they just vanish. And I'm like, okay, well, what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
And it may just be they are not interested in your kind of content.
Yeah, I was about to say,
So
just
it's
the ups
just,
and downs that come with it,
yeah, so it just happens. I wouldn't
in and
really
outs.
take it too personally, and just kind of because it happens so much. But yeah, that's where my 2 cents on that.
Definitely agree. I when I first started streaming like 2 years ago, like year and a half ago, was more consistent with it.
Yeah,
I would drop people who would drop me a follow out of consideration and appreciation. You know, they followed me, so the least I could do is follow them back. Um, I still kind of look at it that way. That way, if you have seen any of the streams or like gone into at least 5 minutes of the stream and then click that follow button, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna click follow so I can at least get notified for the next time you go live, and then I'll pop in for a stream.
right.
But that is where it comes unfortunate for follow though, because if you end up not liking their content or just not vibing with the person in general, you'll click the unfollow button, and that can come disheartening not only to the person that you just followed,
Yeah,
but like to a person like myself or yourself, you know what I mean, that people do the same thing, and you see the incline of your numbers. Again, this is not necessarily matters, but you kind of make you wonder like who unfollowed, who left, who am I not going to see in my chat again. Yeah.
yeah, and like with that as well, that would be another topic to talk about is not always looking at the numbers. I've done this so much that you look at the
I
numbers, you're like,
disengaged it.
yeah, like you look at the numbers, you're like, I have this many followers. Then it's like you come in one day and you see that it's less, and you're like, oh, well, where'd they go? And then you feel demotivated, and I know it's hard, but you just gotta try and not get that feeling. Like,
Oh
it's
yeah,
you're doing it because you love to play video games, and streaming is a way to interact with new people. Um,
precisely.
and I wouldn't take it personally if somebody doesn't want to watch you. And because wouldn't you want somebody to watch you that is actually interested and wants to engage in the chat or just lurk around in the shadows but still enjoys your content? And same thing with looking at viewer counts. I know a lot of people, they look at viewer counts and like, I only have one view. Like, what's the point of even streaming? And it's like, well, you have that one person that's really enjoying
What's the
watching
point
you
of
right now.
streaming if you're? I was about to say, what's the point of streaming if you're just in it for the views, though?
Yeah,
Let's be honest.
like you still have that one person that is sitting there watching you, really enjoying your content, and especially like if they're there for a long time, they're going to be that loyal follower that's always going to be that positive reinforcement. So like,
Forever fans, man.
yeah, like for me, I took my viewer count off on my overlay. I used to have one. I still look at it through my like stream dashboard once in a while, but I don't take any personal note to it. It's just,
No, I
for me,
even
it's
have it
just a number
disengaged on
there.
my dashboard.
Yeah, like for me, it's just a number. And is it cool? Yeah, it's not bad. But I'm still gonna do what I'm doing. I'm not gonna like alter my mood because I looked at the view count and be like, oh, there's no one watching me, or see that there's 1,000 people watching me and be like, oh my god.
No, I start jittering.
If
Oh, I
if I
know.
get raided and like that happens and like I see a bunch of people in the chat, and then yeah, I'm gonna be like, oh my god, what's happening? But
Definitely gets exciting for sure
yeah,
when there's that many people.
but yeah, like people that are looking at the stats or they're in streaming for the money, I find don't last that long as a content creator, because then they add that stress onto them. But if they're just doing it for
Oh yeah,
fun, then it's a different story. What are your 2 cents on that? Oh, did you mute because the doggy?
the dogs. Yeah.
I don't even know where mine is. Raven is somewhere. She's kind of just doing her own thing.
She's eating Obi-Wan, bro. Obviously.
Well, no, she already ate Obi-Wan, clearly. Maybe she's looking for Luke. She's like, I need to make sure that he doesn't let Rey become a Skywalker.
Maybe we just gotta handle that real quick.
Yeah, nip that in the butt.
I can't. I definitely agree with you though. I, there is a time, you know what I mean, especially with being in the in and out of the communities that we've both been in. Unfortunately, they there's certain there's certain things that you have to do, you know what I mean, to make this your career, to keep up on once you make it your career, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
But if that's your only goal is to monetize off of it, or to just, you know, one Instagram post gets 5 likes, so your goal or aim now is to study the analytics and what hashtag was used most, and
yeah,
you know what I mean, to get the next post to 7 likes or 10 likes, you know what I mean. um it definitely, and as a person trying to boost my own YouTube channel, you know what I mean, and boost myself in the algorithms,
right.
just want people to watch my stuff, man.
Yeah,
You can get drowned in the amount of content that's not just out there on a social media platform, but that people are coming up with every day. You know what I mean? Like you said, the people who are probably not going to last that long are looking for that one reel or that one video that makes them money forever, you
right.
know, or just a good amount of money at that one time, and then they're going to try and do the next thing. And
And it's also hard figuring out
yeah,
which platform to start on.
that is true.
Like,
That is true.
yeah, I guess both of us, I'm pretty sure we started on Twitch. Did you try any other streaming services beforehand?
No, that is actually one thing I did want to talk about, is like, I know we're on Twitch, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And we're both obviously affiliates. Um,
that was a grind and a
would
half.
you would you have chosen a different path? Without, you know, bringing anything into light, I guess, would you have preferred to multi-stream and be everywhere at the same time? Or are you fine being exclusively here, you know what I mean, because we had already done the affiliacy and
Yeah.
agreement, whatnot?
I don't know, because yeah, I'd say I'd like stick with Twitch. I did go to Mixer for a little bit. I tried it out. Wasn't really my cup of tea. I didn't really like its interface. Um, Twitch was very like user friendly, and like it made it more interactive for the audience. YouTube, I feel like they're getting somewhere. Their setup for streaming is really nice and clean. They just need to figure out how to get more of the user interaction into the stream. Once they do that, I honestly feel like Twitch will start to decrease in number of streamers. Like you've seen Tim the Tatman switch over. You've seen Harris Heller. He's kind of hopped from YouTube to Twitch. Courage JD, he's on YouTube. Like a lot of these big name guys,
Gotta find where you're
like
at.
go from one and jump into the other, and it's not necessarily because of numbers. Well, it is, but it's also because it's a lot better there. It's more comfortable.
I was gonna say, like, there's certain UI faces. I mean, personally, that's why I like Twitch. There's a lot of things integrated into might cut out.
Yeah,
Um, there's a lot of things on Twitch that you can use interface wise already. That's one of the unfortunate down things, though, is it's usually blocked by, you know, becoming an affiliate first, or whatever have you.
yeah.
So
But I would stay with Twitch to answer your question. I would say with Twitch. Um, but I would eventually like to kind of transition into YouTube. I tried to do it multiple times. Everyone following me right now, they're probably like, yeah, here we go. Here's this topic all over again. Because I would always and be like, yeah, guys, I'm switching over to YouTube. I'm not going to stream on Twitch. And I would try it for a bit. And my problem is not a lot of the people were coming from Twitch to YouTube, because it's such an it's a hard ask, because people are so used to staying on Twitch. They have the app on their phone. Yeah, they have YouTube on their phone, but it's also kind of harder to ask somebody to go on from one streaming platform to the next streaming platform. And
100%.
if it were to post videos, I'd say it's a different story. I also think that YouTube really needs to focus on their notifications, because my buddy Razor Gaming 7, he's now fully on YouTube. He's doing fantastic. He's streaming pretty much every Friday, but I never get his notification, which is really weird. And I know he streams Friday, and I try and tune in when he goes live, but for some reason YouTube has a hard time notifying me, or at least me, when he goes live. I depend on the Discord link. So until like YouTube kind of fixes that, I feel like they're kind of going to be in a halt of grabbing a lot of streamers on their side.
Oh yeah, 100%. And I feel like that's why Kick has blown up a lot in the recent past. Is because I checked it out. I haven't streamed on there or anything yet. I don't think I'm gonna plan to. Like you said, I think I'm gonna stay on Twitch exclusively for streaming, because I like the community. You know what I mean? That we've built there.
Yeah.
The UI. You know what I mean? There's just a lot of things that I like better than any of the other sites. But in terms of UI, Kick is very similar. Is actually like, oh yeah, it is very similar in terms of like how the viewer chat looks, I guess, in that terms. So you're right. YouTube, if they want to become a competitor towards Twitch with the live stream game and whatnot, and not just be a shorts platform or just a video producing content in general, they should definitely focus on their UI and, like you said, the notifications. Because I only get like notifications from people's channels that I've been into recently. I have a lot of subscriptions on my YouTube, and I only get notifications from.
Oh, your mic cut out there. Talk about issues for stream, right? Oh, we gotta wait for him to hop back in. There we go.
Let's hope
I was just saying, talk about having technical difficulties.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Jeez.
How dare
Literally
you?
our first topic, and that's it's natural, you know what I mean?
It happens.
And to kind of throw it back to that topic, as you get more acquainted with your equipment, with your software, it gets easier. You're not just scrambling everywhere. It doesn't ruin your stream or anything. It happens,
Also, just realized I didn't have my ring light on, so there you go. Not technical, but stream issues.
God damn it, man. It had to happen. Today, of all topics,
Yeah, so we've talked about technical difficulties. We've talked about follow for follows and reaching out to people that way, and preferred platforms. Now, what about
preferred platforms?
Collabing with other streamers and communities? Positives and downfalls of that, because it does have some downfalls.
It does, and one of the first downfalls I'll say is drama.
Yes. If you thought you escaped high school, try joining a community. High school will follow you. But
if you miss high school, join a community.
Yeah, seriously. But
at least a community like those. I mean, I won't even say that I haven't had drama within my community. My community is perfect in any way. You know what I mean?
Right.
That is when you get a lot of people with differing mindsets and just diversity in general. that's a recipe for at least something to happen.
Yeah,
You know,
it's bound to happen regardless if you in your own community or somebody else's.
Dex says, "I know this is way off topic, but hot take: a follow for follow is a bad trade." Yeah, no, you're right though. You're
Yeah.
right though, because if it's just like we were saying, content. If they don't enjoy the content, you know what I mean. It's just not gonna work.
Yeah.
But
It's just
the collaborations with content creators, like what we've been doing, the podcasts and different things, it could definitely be lucrative. You get other people's opinions. You get to see how other people run their stream. You know what I mean, and not necessarily take notes from that or copy them, obviously, because you have to stay to yourself and create your own content.
Get your own create your own image.
Right. But another perspective or input is definitely good.
Yeah.
I'm all about perspective.
Like for me, I've experienced my own. I won't go into too much detail, just out of respect for everybody. But I joined a community. It was great. It was going good for so long. And then there was a situation that happened and I had to get out of it. And I felt that situation negatively impacted me and my channel and actually got me off of streaming for quite some time. I went for I want to say maybe a month or two, just not really having my full stream cycle. And I'm now kind of getting more onto my feet with it. So I just want to basically make aware to everybody that be careful with where you go and where you join into, because you never know what could happen, and just to try and stay positive, try and keep a positive headspace.
I was about to say that.
Yeah.
No matter what happens, because there is something bound to happen.
Yeah.
There's not. I have truthfully tried to live my life without conflict, hate conflict.
Yeah. But it seems to find you
9 times out of 10. Yeah, I was about to say 9 times out of 10. Guess who is in the middle of conflict? This guy.
Yeah. So should I have handled it the way I have? No. And looking back, no. It should have been handled way better on my part. But it happens, and sometimes it'll get in your head, like it did with me. And I'm like, crap. Well, for me, it was the one thing I said earlier that I wanted to not do, and I looked at my views, and I saw my views go from one spot and it just decreased drastically, and then I lost my motivation. And so that's one thing, even if I could tell you all the time, don't look at your views, but there's gonna be that one time that you look, just like what I did, and you're gonna feel kind of defeated. But try not to let that defeat you. Kind of look at it and be like, all right,
I was about to say,
here's my chance. Maybe I can revamp myself and grab a new set of people and new community. Maybe I can grab some of the older people and bring them back. So yeah, that's pretty much how I would look at that. I wouldn't say that I had to have any regrets on what happened, because I've met some pretty fantastic people through it.
Never, no regrets, bro.
Yeah, I actually met you through this group. Yeah, so there you go. There's one other Discord I left, and that's where I met Razor. And he's one of my closest buddies. I actually found out he's a Canadian like me. So
let's go.
You meet new people, you meet fantastic people through these communities. Doesn't mean you need to stay in those communities. You can meet those people, befriend them, and then you can leave the community and still keep in contact with them. Don't force yourself to stay in a community that you're not feeling welcome.
Not right for you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there's my hot take on that one as well.
Hot cakes with the hot takes, bro.
Exactly.
Hot takes.
Where I
definitely
specialize in.
Agree with that. I don't like Joe. I don't like Joe. I say that, and then it's like when TMZ is on, and I'm like, what's the tea? What's the tea?
Yeah.
Well, we'll go and segue into the subject of creating a brand for yourself while we're in the subject of communities and whatnot, and putting yourself out there. That could be challenging.
I still have challenges with that.
Same, dude, same. I just recently I've actually like completely, you know this, I'm revamping my Discord to
Yep.
be more of what I wanted in the first place.
I ended up
And
making my
that's
own
like,
logo as well today. No, yeah,
yeah,
today.
don't I'll say this while we're kind of in between the community and branding topics. It's fine to have somebody do something or help you out with getting started, you know what I mean? Because it can be challenging if you don't know what you're doing. That the internet is out there with so many different ideas and creativity, you know what I mean? And that's just it. Being creative in your own unique way without taking um, bits and pieces off of people, you know what I mean, to do what you're trying to do um, can be hard.
Yeah.
And it, I'll say this because I had somebody who's not even within the Discord anymore create my create my Discord. So now did I have to go all the way through everything? You know what I mean? Create a whole revamp the whole thing. You know what I mean? Into what I want and what I prefer to have the community set as instead of what they had their Discord based off of or what they know how to base off of because they watched a YouTube video on how to lay it out. You know what I mean? And it's fine. Like I said, it's fine to have someone help you set it up.
Right.
Always stay original and creative in your own terms. Don't have someone just make it for you know, because that's what I had done unfortunately with my Discord server and a couple other things, content related or just Twitch channel related, and that's not okay with me. Now that I realize that it's not okay with me because it's your channel, you know, it's your community. Do with it what you will.
Right. And it's with branding, it's tough.
Hey, oh, Psycho with the raid. Thank you, buddy.
But yeah, with branding, it's like for me, I went from I don't even remember what my first one was. I think I called everyone Bazzles.
I love that.
That was
I love that though.
That was my YouTube face. I called everyone Bazzles when I was under.
Let's just go back to Bazzles.
Yeah. Everyone, you are all my little Bazzles.
Let's just razzle dazzle them with the Bazzles, bro.
And then I think I forgot what my other one was, but then I went to Misfits because I was big into Arcane and I loved that Misfits song. So I was like, okay, yeah, you're all the Misfits. Don't know why I did that, and like why, like thinking back, I'm like, I probably shouldn't have done that. Look at him, he's walking away. He's so uninterested.
No, I'm interested. I just my vape died. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. I'm listening. You know, this is the power of the Bluetooth headset.
Myself.
Oh no. Oh no.
But yeah, so then from the Misfits, I ended up switching over and was like, you know what? Like, anime's part of me. Let's just do Ultra Weeb Academia. And so now that's pretty much what it is. I did my new logo. It looks nice and clean.
It does.
Of
I wanted
course, got my
comment on
headband.
that. It looked really good.
I was like honestly trying to figure out, it's like, do I just throw a bunch of anime characters in it, or do I just make it look clean? So I was like, you know what, the clean look looks nice. It pops on the little Discord emblem, so it's all good.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, do I make it like a kind of a Star Wars background in there too? And I was like, no, like people know I'm a nerd. I don't hide it. I wore a wig at the beginning of this video. I wear a headband. Like, there's no hiding. I am a nerd. So I was like, let's just leave it like that.
Right.
Branding is definitely the hardest thing you could possibly do.
I haven't even changed my Twitch name since I've started streaming. I have changed the Discord theme from being a straight like mob themed or 1920s kind of theme to being mob space or mob in the space. But I've never changed my name or anything like that because I wanted to be I wanted to be the Don. You know, I didn't want to come up with a name that's not super whack or out there, you know what I mean, but still be me.
Yeah,
so
the Don's a good one. I like it.
Yeah, I didn't want to, because I like Star Wars, but you can't really, there's a lot of Star Wars things out there.
Oh yeah,
I mean, I feel like there's a lot of content creators that have that implemented into the name.
Be like Don Skywalker.
Oh,
because apparently you can throw Skywalker in your name and you don't have to be actually related to them. Grabbing some of my like anger from our previous podcast and bringing it in here.
Oh, the anger.
Yeah.
It's
Still bothered about that. I look at those movies on my shelf and I'm just like, be gone with you.
It's yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hype for the new ones,
exactly. it's like that Sully meme. It's like,
this is just the won't look away meme.
yeah.
Well, we'll while figuring out what your brand can be, and that can be difficult. Another thing that can be difficult is what content you're going to make. You know,
Yes.
like if you're going to be like what you're going to do. You know, I'm sure you could attest to that. Just being not just a YouTuber but streamer yourself. I'm still having issues trying to figure out what content to put out, you know, and what to stream or YouTube videos. I kind of figured out what I want to do, and that's a little bit of everything.
I honestly found with YouTube, like I was trying, like I wanted to make more like regular videos, but that's basically just going to be what our podcast is going to be. Other than that, I've been doing shorts. I've been finding that you can grow so much by doing shorts. Like I've taken some of my TikToks and I've thrown them on YouTube Shorts, and it's insane. I posted one of my dog Raven. I kind of did like an audio edit, and I got like 1,000 to 2,000 views on it, and I got like 4 follows from it, or 4 subscribers from it. I guess it would be for YouTube. Honestly, that is the most confusing thing, because when I talk about subscribers here, everyone I'm like, "Whoa, that's so many subscribers!" Like, no, it's just followers, but they call them subscribers.
Right.
They call subscribers members on YouTube.
So weird.
So it's like
so
it's really like, for me, I would think a follow just is more generic. So they should have done follow and subscribe just like Twitch, but instead it's subscribe and membership.
Oh, it is weird. It is
Right?
super weird. I don't know. It makes sense to a point and to a degree as to why they did that, but why they didn't do it as a follow, because that's really in reality what you're doing, rather than subscribing to a regular series or like a. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it sounded cool.
But,
now they can't go back on it.
But I would definitely like I didn't check and see if you've done any shorts, but I would definitely try and do some shorts. Like you were talking about TikTok before, but in all honesty, I would say don't even worry about making your TikTok. Make shorts.
So here's the thing about my TikTok though. I've had 2 TikToks. The original one has since been deactivated, deleted. Long story that I don't want to get into. The new TikTok has been
to the shadow realm.
Pretty good. Yes. To put it lightly, the new TikTok, I uploaded some pretty cool videos on, and I wanted to do more. I wanted to do more Apex tips and tricks with them that I'd uploaded to Instagram and Facebook, you know, as shorts/reels, whatever you want to call them on there. Ironically, you can't upload shorts to YouTube, and if you can, I haven't figured out how to from a desktop. TikTok has disabled. Yeah, TikTok for some reason has not been working for me lately. I've uploaded like maybe 4 or 5 TikToks from my desktop.
From your desktop.
From my desktop. Yeah.
We both can't English today.
That's an F.
Yeah.
But so I've uploaded like 4 to 5 TikToks from my desktop, and then maybe a month ago, just stopped working. Whenever I click post, it does a little spinny thing and then goes back to the post button. Doesn't pull up the little screen that it should when you post a TikTok saying that it's been completed or that you shouldn't leave this site yet. No, it just doesn't work, and now I'm sad because I have to Google Drive essentially the videos or shorts that I have made on my on my desktop, because that's where my editing software is, to my phone, log into TikTok on my phone because I don't have it logged into my phone, upload them from the Google Drive onto my phone. It's just such a hassle. So like
way too much work.
going back into, you know, technical difficulties
Yeah, no kidding. Holy
of
crap.
content creation. Yes, yeah, it's been rough. But I do have a shorts videos playlist to kind of make up for it, as opposed to uploading shorts onto YouTube. I do have a playlist specifically for shorts videos, which are normally anything under 2.5 minutes to 30 seconds long. So
Okay.
yeah, I do want to upload more shorts though, because I know that's how, you know, me personally, I consume a lot more reels or shorts content than I do actual videos or even live streams nowadays. Um, so I need to get on that game,
Yeah.
but
Yes, you do. You gotta at
I
least
kind of,
like dabble in it just to kind of get that taste of how it is.
oh yeah. And that I was about to say that kind of rolls into the next subject of networking,
Love
kind of
networking.
along the same line of like follow for follow, but not necessarily, because follow for follow is like it can lead to networking and just be a form of networking in general.
And that kind of also stems into community building too, like
Right,
collabing
right.
with other communities, because that is part of networking.
It can be. Dude, I personally, I love. I don't mean to put like my YouTube channel clout out there or anything. The funny moments with the mob, the apex moments with the mob, my favorite videos on my channel, I'd have to say, purely because they're made with the community or my friends. You know what I mean? And we just have ridiculous moments in Apex that happened, or just in a game that we're playing in general, or a really cool play that showcases our skill as a competitive gameplay.
Yeah. Sorry, I just
I
looked at
hate
your
that my
chat
mic is cutting out.
and I saw Saikoro talking about. I was here thinking they talk about anime. Don't worry, I'm gonna be dragging this man into some anime talk and
At some
later
point,
episodes.
yes, yeah, we'll probably have some nights where he'll show me some anime, and I'll have to, you know, give a review on it. Maybe
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. I've
we'll
seen
see.
a little bit of anime, but I don't really
Yeah, but
dabble in anime too
it all
much.
depends on which, like, what your first anime is.
I
But
think the first anime that I've watched was like Blue Metal Alchemist, something like that.
it's a good one. But we'll leave this
Yeah.
discussion for when we actually bring up that anime episode. We still got it.
Episode sliders.
Yeah, I think our next episode is going to be what, Assassin's Creed. I think you were talking about. You're excited about that one. I can see that.
My display's an eye already, boy.
All right. So sorry. Continue with what you were saying.
Just like we were saying, it kind of ties in all the subjects together. Is is just networking. You know, getting yourself out there and genuinely trying to not necessarily throw yourself in a person or in their community, but ask them, "Hey, yo, I have a collaborative idea. You're really good at this game, and I'm really good at this game. Whatever. Um, let's link."
Yeah.
Like, you know,
It's honestly
just
as
stuff like
simple as
that.
that.
It is. It really is. Though. Just like you hit me up. What was it like 2-3 days before we started this episode of our podcast?
I think so.
Maybe.
I think it was. Yeah, it was. Yeah, 3 days before our first one, and I think it was. I was messaging about like what your link was to your YouTube channel because I saw you're playing Jedi Survivor. And at that
Mm-hmm.
time, I already beat the game, so I was like, "Oh, okay." Like, I'll go and support them because I've been following you on Instagram for I don't even know how long I've had you on
Right.
Instagram. And then from that, I was just like, "Well, I know you like Star Wars, and I know I see Star Wars shit all the time." So I was like, "Why don't we do a
Everywhere.
podcast?" I honestly was waiting for like a message to be like, I don't know, but like you completely threw me like I was like, oh shit, he's actually gonna do it. Like this is happening.
All
Like
the time. And that's
sometimes you
the
just
thing
gotta
is to
take that
always shoot
risk.
your shot.
Yeah,
Always shoot your shot. The worst that can happen is say no. You know, it's not that like, it's a really ridiculous person will post on like their socials and be like, "Oh, look at this guy trying to be in my DMs," you know, and then, in my opinion, those aren't genuine people. The people that we are talking about in a not so positive manner earlier, you know, is the people who
yeah,
are in it just for the views, just purely for the money, and don't want any interaction for the community. there's been so many members of my community that have helped me art wise. Like, dude, this logo was made by one of the homies that I've known for years.
Oh,
So
which one? Oh, the was it the Dragon Eye?
well, the Dragon Eye as well. That was made by Ember, but the Dawn logo, the lightsaber handle,
Oh,
kind of
okay.
can't see it
Yeah,
in
it's a little
the
dark.
lighting, right? Yeah, it is. It's my logo just put everywhere because I love it so
That's
much.
cool.
And he made it out of a custom lightsaber that I have just chilling over there.
Nice.
So, and you know what I did to make him to ask him to make that for me? Just simply asked.
Yeah.
I shoot my shot.
Like, honestly, I was thinking about going in my Discord and being like, hey, is there any artists that would like to do a logo for me? Just to see, because like I have an art section on there, and like I know there are so many talented artists, and if they wanted to do it, then yeah, like I'll even pay them for it. Like if they're doing a good job, of course.
That part though. Hey, okay, so little bit sidetrack, right?
Yeah.
Hey, your artists. Support your local artists.
Exactly.
Don't.
And I'm very picky when it comes to this because I fell for that whole, like, this is another thing with beginner streamers. You're gonna get approached by so many like duplicate Instagram accounts, and
a lot of people that aren't real.
yeah, I wish I should have grabbed a picture to kind of give like an example of what like the emblems look like. But you can look at the emblems and be like, okay, this is very generic. Normally it's like in like a shield kind of logo or something. There's a big words on it, and then they kind of have like almost a neon backlit. If you see a lot of those, do not go for those ones. They're not legit. Try and find somebody that is actually trying to make their a name for themselves and is genuinely working on this art. Yeah, and it's actually working on art and drawing these things and not just kind of grabbing an image, copying and pasting into a set format. Because that was my first emblem. My first emblem was like Venom, and it was like a shield, and like I picked the specific colors, and it looked great. I was like, yeah, this is awesome. I paid them like $60 US, and they gave me an overlay or like banners as well for it. But don't I see like a month later, I was still following them on Instagram, and I saw that exact same format, the same back plate, the same colors, just different character, and it was just a copy and paste, and that was the moment I unfollowed them. I was like, that's disappointing. The graphic designers that want your Discord. Oh yes, all of those in your chats. Yeah, as Sakura was saying.
Yes.
But yeah, I had to take my Discord link off of my link tree because so many of those kind of people were hopping in my Discord and messaging people along my Discord, and I'd have people message me and be like, hey, like, who is this person? And so now I had to basically be like, okay, well, I'm only putting my Discord link when people actually ask me for it and are legit. And it's a shame.
So I just have it as a command because if you know where it is, you know, most streamers have it in their panels, you know,
exclamation point Discord,
exclamation point Dizzy D.
Yeah,
you know how it works.
Of course. But yeah, it's just being cautious of all those kind of things, because even like when I made that post of our podcast today, I got that. Like I got like 4 people commenting, being like, promote on this page.
DM it, promote.
And then I got like 3 followers from it, and the same graphic designers. I'm like, oh gosh.
Bot follows, bro. That's like that's the most aggravating thing is bot follows and MTV. Man,
it's terrible.
Can't stand it. I can't stand it.
My dad actually got botted once. He messaged me. He's like, yeah, I'm getting all these follows, and I looked at him. I'm like, they're bots. Like, because it's just one after another. There was no raid that happened. He was just getting spam followed. I'm like, you got to get rid of those follows. Like, they're not legit.
Yeah. So for the most part, a lot of my mods and myself are good at deterring that. And that's kind of, I didn't put it down on one of the topic lists, but ensure that your mods are people that you trust, like legitimately actually fucking trust with your chat's life.
Because
And I mean
those people
that.
are going to represent you.
Represent you, your chat, what you stand for, what your community is, and what your guys' goal is. You know what I mean? If you're having a lot of people in your chat, kind of, I love my microphone.
I love it. It's
I
great.
love it.
Which microphone
Tech
do you have?
difficulties, bro. It's a Razer Siren. I do love it, but
Honestly,
like I was saying earlier, it's just dropped off of my desk.
The Blue Yeti. It's been doing wonders, and it's just nice and clean. You can change the direction of where the audio captures.
That's pretty cool.
If you were actually in Canada, we could have an in-person podcast, and I can have the feature so that it captures from the right and left sides.
That's pretty cool.
But yeah, it's a very nice mic. I got it through Boxing Day or Boxing Week. But I would definitely recommend that one.
Sin, I got this one because I'm going to change my camera here, so warning.
Blank screen. I'm all alone again.
Okay, never mind. Too much issues to try and pull that off right now. But
put shadow right here. Wait.
There's an LED screen on the other side of this mic. That's actually connected to a streamer companion app. That's a pretty cool piece of software. I like it. It has a blue or purple heart, just kind of flashing on the microphone as a background.
Okay.
And then whenever somebody follows me, it'll display, +1 and then a person on that
cool.
LED display. The same thing happens with tips, subscribes, anything like that when I'm streaming. So that's the main reason I like it, but you don't need that microphone. They actually have an emote display that's about half the price that I should have bought instead, and then invested the rest of the money into just a normal Razer mic, something like that.
Yeah.
But I love LEDs, so I don't know if you can tell.
Fair. Well, you live and learn anyways, so it's
true.
All good.
This is true. And whether you live and learn, positive mistakes or negative outcomes, the last thing that I want to kind of say or go out on, don't care what anyone thinks.
Yes.
Do you. Don't don't be worried about the views. Don't be worried about, anybody clipping an embarrassing moment. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. And you have the full control to delete it later. It's not, I don't do that personally because I like to look back at those moments and be like, oh, that happened. That was pretty funny. But
interesting. Sorry, there's someone in my Discord and their caption is like, user is suspected to be part of an online terrorist organization. Please report any suspicious activity to Discord staff. I don't know if that's legit or if that is just their description. like I don't know what to do. Technical difficulties in Discord.
Bot follows. The bots, man. The bots are back. I can't. Bro, that's... Oh my gosh. People are crazy sometimes.
Yeah. I feel like it's fake. We'll leave it until somebody says something.
I was going to say, I don't know if it sounds like it's fake.
Yeah.
Funny story, actually. Speaking of that, one of the homies, the same homie who created this logo for me, when he first joined the Discord server, he had posted a meme about NFTs.
Okay.
Didn't say anything else, right?
Yeah.
And so me and the mods at the time thought that he was a possible bot, purely because his Discord name is Bystander. It was just a picture of an alien. Like, it was a picture of an alien with a pink back.
So we were like, he's not helping his situation.
No, so I actually made him a part of the bots so he couldn't see anything in the Discord. And I think a good 6-7 months went by before he hit me up and was like, by the way, I can't see anything in your Discord. And I was like, who are you? I have a feeling you're bystander, and he was like, "Yeah, bro." I was like, "Bro, I blocked you like from everything because I thought you were an NFT bot."
That's awesome. Poor guy.
You live and you learn.
Yeah. All right.
Shout out to Skelly if you out here are watching this back.
Oh, gotta love those people.
It's fun, man. Super fun. But that's why we do it, you know? It's to have fun, to make other people laugh, to make ourselves laugh, you know?
Enjoy the little things.
Precisely. Precisely, bro. Oh my gosh.
So I think I covered pretty much all of the stuff I was thinking about. Do you have any other things you'd like to touch base on?
Nah, we pretty much covered everything from content to startups.
Right on. Perfect. So shall we close this out?
We should close this out.
All right.
How did we came up with an idea last week?
Did we?
I can't remember. I think we talked about it briefly. I don't think we ever.
I think we just winged it. I think for the third one, we'll actually get ourselves a good ending.
Let's do that.
But yeah, I think we shouldn't end our stream though. We should switch over and hop on Fortnite and do some gaming.
I'm totally down.
That way
bro.
we can still get
down.
some interesting content for everyone else. And switching over to YouTube mode. Everyone, thank you so much. If you liked our video, drop a like and subscribe to both me and Mr. Don. He is such a wonderful human being. He's pointing this way, but he should be pointing.
I'm pointing
this
towards
way.
You for the BaZz man, because you the GOAT. You know,
You
this
the
guy.
GOAT.
This guy right here.
Anyways,
This guy.
Thank you
Look at
so
this
much,
guy.
everybody, and we love you all. And yeah, stay classy.
Peace. Much love to you.